Hi guys! Today I'm going to talk about A Court of Wings and Runes by Sarah J. Maas. And let me just say straight away, I really didn't like this book at all. So if you are a massive fan of the ACOTAR series, you probably won't enjoy this video. I feel it almost goes without saying, but these are just my personal opinions. So if you did like this book, then that is great. But I personally didn't. But today I wanted to go in a bit more detail why I don't like this book and why I don't like the ACOTAR series in general. For the non-spoiler part, I can only say that I didn't like this book, and that is mostly because I don't like the characters in this series, and also because I really don't like Sarah J. Maas's writing. I think her writing is way too dramatic, nothing is subtle. I also have a feeling that Sarah J. Maas never really plans her series out. To me, it really feels like she just goes along, she just makes stuff up as she feels like it. Sudden plot twists are never hinted at, they don't make any sense in my opinion, and I like a good plot twist, but it does have to make a little bit sense. So that was it for the non-spoiler part. Now I'm going to talk spoilers about this book, so if you haven't read it, you should probably click away, because now I'm going to talk full spoilers. So if you haven't read this book, bye for now. So let me start off by saying that I actually enjoyed the first 100 pages of this book. When Feyre is at the spring court and she's undercover, I actually like that part, and I think that it's probably because Rhysand wasn't in that part, because as you all know, if you watched my unpopular opinions video, you know that I really don't like Rhysand as a character. But I did enjoy the first 100 pages when Feyre is undercover and she's doing all these things, and I was like, oh, maybe the last book will be better. Because I didn't mention it, but I was also one of those people that didn't really like A Court of Mist and Fury, which is like the most popular book ever, but I didn't really enjoy that one as well. But yeah, all started to go wrong when Feyre is back at the Night Court and she's reunited with Rhysand, and can I just say that I don't like their relationship. Why I don't like Rhysand is because he is portrayed as being so perfect and such a good guy, and I really think he's not that good of a guy. One thing that Feyre keeps saying is like, he lets me make my own choices, that's so amazing. He lets me choose for myself, he lets me do what I want. And I was like, well, yeah, if he didn't do that, he would be an asshole. It would be terrible if he didn't let you make your own choices. Does that make him that special because he's like a normal guy? So Feyre is back at the Night Court, and then she and Rhysand start to get intimate. And I'm not even going to talk about all the sex scenes in this book because they are so weird and uncomfortable, and I really don't know what to think about them. They actually almost make me laugh because they are so ridiculous and weird, but yeah. And then Rhysand asks if Feyre maybe wants to see her sisters before they start to have sex. And then Feyre thinks like, he would sacrifice himself for me like that. It is my choice. It is always my choice with him. And then I was like, yeah, of course it's your choice. He can't force you to have sex with him if you don't want to. And if you want to see your sisters first, he can't force you to not do that. Is that really that special that it's your choice? But of course, Feyre doesn't want to see her sisters first because Rhysand is the most important thing in her life and they have to be together like right now. And after that whole scene, Rhysand is like, I missed you, not only the physical part, but I missed you as a person as well. I missed you as my friend. And again, I'm like, well, it's not that special that you missed her personality as well. I can only hope that you missed her personality as well, because you would be kind of an asshole if you didn't. And then basically the entire book keeps going on like this. Feyre and Rhysand can't keep away from each other. They are constantly intimate and they love each other so much, and they keep calling each other mate, my mate, she's my mate, and I hate it so much. I mean, we know you are mates, we know you love each other, we know you can't stand to be away from each other, but please just stop for a second now, because it's getting so annoying. And also the entire book they keep telling us how perfect Rhysand is, and then we get to his only flaw, and his flaw is that he just keeps sacrificing himself for others. He can't stand the idea that anyone else would get hurt, so he keeps giving his life and he keeps sacrificing himself. And Feyre's like, you should let other people help you, because... And that is just basically his biggest flaw. And I kept thinking, please, oh my god, just stop it already. We get it, Rhysand is the most perfect guy ever. He's so perfect. His beds sleep better, his food is amazing. The Night Court is the most amazing court. He is the most powerful High Lord ever. He is the best mate ever. We get it. And I like my characters to be a little bit more flawed. And I mean actually flawed. Just stop telling me how perfect Rhysand is, because I really don't think he is. As I said, I just don't think he's that special. Also, Feyre was quite annoying in this book. I thought she had become quite arrogant. She's now like, I'm the High Lady, so I have to make these choices. I know best. Of course, she's super special and she can do anything. I actually like it when Amren calls Feyre out on it. She's like, you're just sounding like Tamlin now. And then everyone gets super mad, but of course she's right, and even Feyre admits that Amren is right. I also like Nesta because she really doesn't give a fuck about anything, and she's not going to give in to Feyre's plans just because Feyre wants to. And when Feyre's all like, but I'm your High Lady, and Nesta is like, you're not my High Lady. And I was like, right, she isn't. So yeah, I was really happy that Nesta was in the book because she really provided some good moments. And then the plot of Echoar, I really can't tell you what the plot is because there barely is any. This book is about 700 pages long and it's so boring for a very long part. This book really didn't have to be that long. I think it would have been so much better if it had been 200 pages shorter. I thought the same thing about A Court of Mist and Fury. I also thought that book was too long. We have this war and I don't understand actually what was happening. There was a war with the King of Hybern. That's about it. Something that also really annoyed me was the ending. At the ending, Rhysand dies. And I didn't believe it for a second. I knew he would be coming back. I knew he wasn't really dead. The same thing goes for Amren. She sacrifices herself and then she also comes back. And I just hate endings like that because it's not that I like characters dying. Well, in this case, I was actually rooting for Rhysand to die. But it really made the ending feel so cheap because none of the characters die. So where's the emotion? I just don't like these like cheap savings of all the characters, like they die but then they're alive again, so why would I worry at the ending of the book? They're not in real danger anyway, they will just be brought back because they can do that with everyone now. And at that point I just really didn't care what happened to the characters, and yeah, this is supposed to be the ending of the original trilogy, but there are so many loose ends and so many stories that aren't told. And they're saying, well, yeah, there's going to be a companion series, but I still think that the original trilogy should stand on its own. I'm totally not interested in reading all those companion books, by the way. I really don't care about all those stories. And then the last thing I want to talk about is again how Sarah J. Maas doesn't seem to plan ahead. Of course, Sarah J. Maas got a lot of critique because her books weren't diverse enough and they were calling for more diversity. So suddenly there's some last minute diversity in this book, and that is when Morgan says that she is a lesbian. Well, she's not actually a lesbian, I believe, because she prefers females, but she still doesn't mind being with males. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, suddenly more likes females. And the thing that annoyed me is that it felt so out of nowhere. I am 100% sure that Sarah didn't plan for Mor to be a lesbian, that she just thought, well, let's just turn her into a lesbian because then we have more diversity. It was so badly done, there weren't any hints. It was very clear from the earlier books that Mor was going to end up with Ezreal, but then suddenly she's like, no, I don't like him. I like females. And again, that would all be great, except that it was so badly done and that Sarah J. Maas really didn't plan this. So yeah, this is basically all I'm going to say about this book. I know it is very negative and I really hope I'm not losing all my subscribers right now. But I know for a fact that even some die-hard Ekatar lovers were quite disappointed with this book. And I can totally understand that because it's such a weak finale. And I know I'm not the only one who doesn't like this book. I'm sure there are people who share my opinions. So yeah, that is basically why I wanted to make this video. So this was it for my sort of review slash rant about A Court of Wings and Ruin. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about this book and then we can talk about it together. And again, please don't be offended if you really like this book, because as I said, it's just my opinion. It's all okay. We all have different opinions. So that was it for this video. If you like this video, please go subscribe or give it a thumbs up, because I would really appreciate that. And then hopefully I will see you again in my next video. Bye!